Star Wars 7x7 episode 2422. What exactly is Star Wars Hunters? The initial tease has been delivered and information in different places is actually adding up a little bit differently. So I've collected it all here for you. Punch it. Hey Rebel Rouser, I'm Alan Voivod and this is Star Wars 7x7, your daily dose of Star Wars joy, and thank you so much for joining me for it. So, Star Wars Hunters was announced at Nintendo Direct, so a big Nintendo event, but it isn't just for the Nintendo Switch, it is also coming to the Apple App Store and also to Google Play, so it's a mobile game as well. And I saw it initially described as a first-person shooter or FPS game, but while that, I guess, is accurate to some degree, that really kind of belies what the deal is with the game, because that almost implies that there's a story mode that you would navigate through, but that's not the case. No, the way that it's positioned is that you are entering a galactic arena and you are participating in multiplayer team-based battles. So no, that doesn't sound like it has a story to tell, but they did take pains to say that this takes place deep in the Outer Rim. That's the phrase that they use. And they say it's set after the fall of the Galactic Empire. So it's kind of fascinating that they would decide to place this game at a certain period of time. You could contrast that with the Galaxy of Heroes mobile game, where you have squads of fighters going up against other squads of fighters, and sometimes it's just, within the game, and sometimes it's against players from around the world, but it's not set in any particular place or time within the Star Wars timeline. This, however, is going to be this Star Wars Hunters business. And there's a 30-second teaser trailer out for it where you walk through a sort of Jabba's palace looking kind of tunnel situation, and there's Arabesh graffiti on the walls. I saw something that looked like Chaos Reigns to some degree, except the word Chaos isn't quite right in Arabesh, and there was a team something before a door slid open and starts with like SLIN, Team Slin something or other, and the website has Arabesh on it as well, but I will say they are doing better with putting whether it's Arabesh or any other Star Wars language, rather than it being random characters, they are actually making a point of having messages in these things. The Star Wars Hunters website has Arabesh that says the arena is waiting on it, for example. And although the official press announcement only mentioned playing as bounty hunters or heroes of the rebellion or an Imperial stormtrooper, they do it singular, but in another place they do it plural, the teaser video also reveals a red lightsaber wielding character who looks basically like an Inquisitor. And on This Week in Star Wars, they did a segment on that as well, and Kristen Baver mentioned mentioned saber-wielding characters plural. And again, these are going to be quote-unquote all new characters, so that doesn't necessarily preclude the arrival of old school characters, previously established characters, but it certainly seems like the focus is intended to be on brand new characters. They talk about bounty hunters, and in that teaser video, a Mandalorian is pictured, so you would presume that a Mandalorian is representative of a bounty hunter in that case, and there's a Wookiee present as well. You would presume, based on the description, that a Wookiee would be representative of a rebel faction, but who knows, maybe we're just hearing about bounty hunters and rebels and stormtroopers and saber-wielding characters, and that there will be much more to come. And that is pretty much, one other thing, that it's going to come out in 2021. That's the other thing we know about it. We don't know when in 2021, unfortunately, but that's all right. We'll find out when they are good and ready to tell us when it's going to come out. I have to say, though, the whole thing about deep in the Outer Rim and being after the fall of the Galactic Empire, that's really kind of fascinating, and makes you wonder if they're opening the door for some intriguing aspects that could have effects on other Star Wars storytelling ventures. I mean, after all, The Mandalorian is taking place off in the Outer Rim, and it takes place after the fall of the Galactic Empire, so wouldn't it be fascinating to find out that something from this whole Star Wars Hunters business has an effect somewhere or is going to be referenced in other storytelling. I think that would be very cool. And I'd love to know what you think about it. So by all means, chime in at facebook.com/SW7x7 on any of the posts for episode 2422 and let me know what you think. And that is going to do it for this episode of the show today. It just remains for me to say thank you so much for joining me for it as always, and may the Force be with you wherever in the world you may be.
7x7 is not endorsed or sponsored yet by Lucasfilm Limited, Disney, or 20th Century Fox, and is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Star Wars, the Star Wars logo, all names and pictures of Star Wars characters, vehicles, and any other Star Wars related items are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Lucasfilm Limited, or their respective trademark and copyright holders. May the Force be with them. All original content is copyright 2021 by Star Wars 7x7. We hope you love it.